Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going over the results of a poll that I had posted on my YouTube and on my Instagram stories a few weeks ago, and there were essentially 5 choices, and I want to go over the results of those today in this video. Okay, so essentially the poll it asked one question, and it said, what is the one thing that is keeping you stuck in life? And the choices were, I can't leave the narcissist, I don't have money, the idea that things will eventually change if I keep doing what I'm doing, 4, I don't know how to start over, or 5, I don't know how to get out of my current situation. These were the pre-filled in choices, and people could vote. So by far, nearly half the amount of people who voted on both of these platforms picked, I don't know how to get out of my current situation. The good news is that if you picked that category, you're in the easiest category that there is to fix that situation. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. But the other 4, and even the 5th, I don't know how to get out of my current situation, these all have to do with mindsets. And I know that one of the things that is really hard to do in life is to confront your own mindsets. It can be very difficult to even admit that you have a certain type of mindset so that you can actually move forward and get the thing you say that you want to get, or reach the goal you say that you want to reach. It can be very difficult to do that, so please listen to what I'm saying as I go through the rest of this video. If you think that you're stuck in a situation, that type of thinking is going to not only leave you stuck in that current situation, but again, this creates a cycle of that type of thinking, meaning that even if everything changed, you'd still be the same person. You'd be bringing that mindset with you into the new situation. You know, wherever you go, there you are, as they say. So I know people are going to say, no, that's not true, because if I had this, or if I had that, or if I was in another place, if I had a different situation, I'd be a completely different person. But it's not true, because if you were a different person, you'd have a different situation. So first of all, I can't leave the narcissist. It's such a myth. It's such a myth. Will it be difficult to leave? Yes. Can there be unexpected and unforeseen obstacles that will come up as you try to leave the narcissist, which is your goal, as you attempt to reach your goal? Yes, absolutely. These things should not be unexpected. I did a live on my channel a couple of weeks ago where I discussed the importance of building in predetermined choices to whatever larger decision that you are setting. So in other words, if the decision here would be, I'm leaving the narcissist. Okay, then I know that it's not just going to be so simple, right? I'm not just going to be able to walk out the door. And especially if I have children, or if I'm married to the narcissist, or if I have a business asset that I share with the narcissist, it's not going to be that simple, as easy as just walking out the door, right? So as I've made this decision, I'm going to leave the narcissist, I'm now building into that decision all of my predetermined choices that will allow me to reach the goal. I might need to change the way that I'm approaching reaching the goal, but I don't need to change the goal itself. I'm the one who needs to change in order to reach the goal. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, predetermined choices that you can build into this goal of leaving the narcissist. And by the way, if you need more help with this, you can head on over to The Manifold Mind, my website there, and I have tons of free resources, including the manual for my Life After Narcissism course. It walks you through step by step on how to think about this, how to plan to leave the narcissist, how to ensure that you do so safely in the most efficient way, and that it's a permanent choice, right? So that you don't find yourself in a few days, weeks, months, whatever, and you're back in the same situation. This course really takes you through changing who you actually are so that you can maintain whatever goal it is that you reach, which is a whole other teaching. But so for example, I want to leave the narcissist. I know it's not going to be easy. So I know that I'm probably going to have doubts about what I'm doing and if this is the right thing for me to be doing. One of my predetermined choices in there needs to be, whenever I have doubts, I'm going to do A, B, C. I'm going to call a friend. I'm going to read over a letter that I'm writing to myself full of my reasons why I'm leaving the narcissist. I'm going to review my data, all of the things that I've been doing, because I've been keeping good records so that I'm prepared for the time when I can leave the narcissist, right? I'm going to go over all of that data and remind myself that I'm not making this up, that I'm not going to allow myself to get gaslit by myself into believing that things are okay, that I can do it, that I can should just stay in this situation. That's just one example, but I'm building in predetermined choices to help me reach my ultimate goal. I'm not moving the goal. Remember, I'm elevating who I am so that I can reach that goal. Okay, number 2, I don't have any money. This is a very deeply rooted mindset that has to do with value and worth of who you are as opposed to money. Because once you have reconciled your ideology around money, money will find you, because you're going to find opportunities where your goods, services, products, whatever, can be exchanged for money. There is a spiritual block that is happening that is preventing natural resources flowing to you. The other thing, so one, this is always about mindset. This is all of these decisions, all of these choices have to do with mindset. And until you're ready to confront those mindsets, and it can be very difficult to do that, I understand, but until you're ready to do that, you're going to keep getting the same cycle, regardless of what changes on the outside of you. You could still have $1 million and not know how to manage it, and so you're going to eventually end up at your baseline, at the foundation of where you are believing. In other words, you're going to end up with no money. So, number 1, it's a mindset. Number 2, if I was in a situation, for example, where my children's lives depended on me getting out of this situation, you better believe I'm going to do every single thing I will find a way to get more money so I can get myself out of this situation. The idea that I don't have enough money to leave a dangerous situation is such a myth, and it's so damaging to yourself to believe that about yourself. That because you don't have money, you have to stay where you are. Why don't you become somebody who has money, therefore you can move forward and get out of that situation? This always has to do with mindsets. There's a million things that you could do, literally, I'm sure of it, even over 1 million things that you could do to get more money. Number 1, increase your skill set. Increase your skill set. There are tons of free trainings. There are tons of resources these days, even on YouTube, where you can learn how to do things that will pay you money. So increase your skill set, increase the value that you will bring to a marketplace, to a business, to a potential customer or client. When you level up, the problems that you face currently will go away, and of course you'll have a new set of problems. This is how personal development happens. It's by addressing the problem that's right in front of you. And especially if you've had cycles of where you don't have money, where money is a problem, this is so clearly a mindset. It's a belief issue. There is something that needs to get uprooted so that you can plant the true belief, and then you can move forward and actually have the result that you want. Number 3, the idea that things will eventually change if I keep doing what I'm doing. Again, unless that was built into a predetermined choice, like I have found an expert. I am doing exactly what this expert tells me to do. Let's take this away from being stuck in life. Let's say that this is a different type of goal. Let's say I want to gain more followers. I want to increase my customer base. And so what I've done for this is I've hired a marketer or a marketing company, and they have helped me increase my email sales and my sales funnels and whatever. I've hired them to do a job because they're experts in that field, right? I'm going to do everything that they tell me to do, and I'm going to do it step by step exactly how they told me to do it. Now, up front, they probably told me, you're going to have to do this for X amount of time, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, to reach your ultimate goal. On day 2, when I don't already have the goal of X amount of customers in my database that I want to have, I don't quit. I don't say this isn't working, right? Because they've already told me, hey, this is going to take X amount of time, X amount of days, right? So I stick with the plan. So this is what I mean by, if you did not already build that into your predetermined choice, whatever decision you first made, like this is going to work. I am going to have X amount of customers in my database, okay? Which is an achievable goal because I have hired the experts. I have set realistic expectations with them. They have told me what is required of me. They have told me what is necessary in order for me to meet my goal. And all I need to do is do the plan, right? I need to stick with it until I've reached my goal. Unless I've already built it in, then this is not a valid reason for me to keep saying things will get better, because the evidence is actually showing me, no, this will continue. Things will continue to go this way, right? Nothing will change unless you change, right? Nothing changes unless something changes. You need to be the one to change. Here's where a lot of people get tied up or hung up in moving forward in their life, is because they literally outsource their authority in their life and they put it on somebody else. And what I mean by this is, instead of saying, I am going to be responsible for designing the type of life that I love to live, the type of lifestyle that I want to have, they outsource it to somebody else. Well, as soon as I've gotten through changing the narcissist into not being a narcissist, then I'll have the life that I want to have. They put authority about what is going to happen in their lives onto somebody else. They put it into their hands. The narcissist has to change in order for me to be happy. And that's exactly what the people who voted in this category are saying. If I keep doing what I'm doing, eventually something will change. Except that something is another person. Unless it's a result that you can directly impact, you cannot change the narcissist. I hope that is very, very clear. And I've done tons of videos about that specific concept already on this channel. But if you have a goal that is not directly dependent upon you, you know that you need to keep, that's not a feasible goal. You need to change your goal. And also, when you have chosen a goal, hey, I'm going to have X amount of customers in my database, right? Let's say I do the 60 days with this first company and nothing happens. I don't change the goal. I change the person that I've outsourced that responsibility to help me. I don't keep giving the same company more and more money, more and more of my time to help me reach my goal when they've already shown me that, number one, they can't do it. They are not going to be the ones who can help me achieve that goal. And that's fine, but it does depend on me to take an accurate account of the situation and say, hey, this isn't working out. I need to move on. I need to find a different company. I need to find somebody else who knows what they're doing in terms of growing, expanding my customer base. Okay, the fourth option of I don't want to start over. I really don't have anything to add to that because you've already made a decision. So your decision, your goal is, I don't want to start over. So you're going to continue staying where you are. That is a mindset that you've chosen to incorporate into your life, and you get to do that. You are a powerful person. You get to make powerful choices and powerful decisions for your life. That's what you've made. I'm not even going to go into that anymore. Okay, the last one. I don't know how to get out of my current situation. Okay, so when you find that there is something missing in your life, right? I can't, maybe I don't have the words to put on what is going on right now. I can't really say it's because of this or it's because of that. I'm just kind of done with all of it, right? Like I just want to change. This can be a very frustrating thing, but again, once you start getting in a cycle of being frustrated without interrupting it with an actual solution, you're going to do that no matter what type of situation you're in. No matter if you're with your family, you're at school, you're at your job, you're running your business, whatever it is, you're going to have that cycle of frustration that you're bringing into each of those spaces. You're going to be making choices, making decisions for that organization, for that space, and for those people that are flowing from that place of frustration. when you notice something is off in your life, it's important that you recognize, hey, this is off and I need to fix it as soon as you recognize it. This is why being in tune with yourself, knowing yourself very well, is so important for a healthy, happy, productive, and prosperous life. So if you're this, I wonder what things you have already done. Have you already hired a coach? Have you tried joining a new club? Have you tried dating yourself? So you take yourself to different spaces every week or every month, depending on what your time and your money budgets look like. Have you sought out a counselor or asked recommendations from friends or family? Have you gone and found a certain type of book that addresses this issue? What have you actually done to get out of that situation? What have you actually done to explore what possibilities are there for you? Because chances are you're going to say, I didn't do those things, and that's why you're still in that situation, right? When I'm feeling stuck, I don't just stay feeling stuck and let that feeling build and build and build and build and build. I've now learned that is not going, I'm going to get more of what I'm sowing, right? So in other words, the thing that has the most of my attention right now is the fact that I feel so stuck. Every time I think about that, I'm sowing that thought, and I keep reaping the same thing. I'm feeling stuck, therefore I feel more stuck. I'm feeling stuck, therefore I feel more stuck. And it's not going to go away. In fact, it's going to get worse. So you have to interrupt that cycle. So what have you done already to interrupt that cycle? And most people haven't done anything to do it. They just think a magical, it's just going to fall right in their lap, the right direction that they should go in. And that's not true. Again, this is always about development. So what used to work for you isn't going to work for you in another season. That's part of life. That's normal. This is evolution. You need to evolve. As you grow, so does your purpose, right? So does the amount of people, your metron, your sphere of influence, that grows as you grow, as it should. This is how we all progress. This is how we all move forward in our life. This is how we have greater movements and our societies progress as well. So it's important to not expect what worked for me in the past to work for me now. It's not going to work like that. And I need to be intentional about partnering with whatever season of life that I'm in at the moment. And by the way, if you need more help on figuring out what season of life you're in the moment, you can go to the Manifold Mind and again, go to my products page, and my Growing in Trust course does just this. It helps you understand where you are in life so that you can build trust in yourself and build trust in your decisions as you move forward, as you progress. But it helps you identify what season of life you're in and what boundaries are important for that season of life and that type of thing. So go check that out if you need help with this. One thing that I want to say about all of these categories is that there is going to have to be a funeral here. We're going to have to allow a certain type of mindset to die. We are going to bury that mindset. We are not ever going to come and resurrect that mindset again. We're going to allow it to die, which is thinking that I'm a victim, thinking that I'm not in control of my own life, that I'm at the mercy of those around me making decisions for my life. You have to stop thinking that way, regardless of if it's too hard, regardless of if it's a lack of money, a lack of connection, a lack of direction. It doesn't matter what your thing is that you think you're missing. You have to understand it's already inside of you. So the mindset of I can't until they do A, B, and C, or until somebody else comes over here and bumps into me and lets me do A, B, and C, you have to stop. You have to give up that mindset. It requires a funeral. You're going to have to bury it. And you're not going to be able to move forward, and you're certainly not going to be able to move forward with the attitude, the belief system, the mindsets that are necessary for you to walk into your next season. Earlier in this video, I made a comment. I said, what it takes to get something is not the same level of dedication that it takes to keep it. Okay? And that is what I'm talking about here. You could get something, right? Taking this person who, the people who voted for number two, the second reason, I don't have any money. I can give you $1 million and you think that's going to solve your problem, but it isn't, because you're taking that same mindset into the current situation, the new situation of now I have $1 million, but guess what? Your belief system still says I don't have any money. You will always find yourself going back to the lowest level of your foundation, to the lowest level. So if that's what you believe, you will find a way to get back onto that foundation level. And that's why it's important to have a funeral. Let this thing go. Bury that mindset, adopt a new one, allow a new one to come forth, start walking in that belief as you move forward, as you make different choices for yourself, for your business, for your family, whatever area of life it is that you're moving forward in. But you have to have a funeral first, okay? That thing has to die. The old mindset, the thing that has gotten you to where you are, wherever you are, was probably a goal of yours at some point in your life, right? And that's why I say the mindset that got you this goal is not going to be the one that lets you keep it, and it's certainly not going to be the one that lets you expand upon it. It's okay to change. I understand that when you are faced with another perspective, right? So that's what this video is doing. This is giving you another perspective on the same situation that you're dealing with. You're looking at it from this way, and I'm coming at it from another angle, right? When we have another perspective, if we want to adopt that perspective, it requires us to allow the constructs around that perspective that we have had, that we have created, to go. And this can feel like it's a part of you that's leaving. It can feel like if I take on this perspective, I just don't know how to act in that situation. I don't know how to behave if I would take that perspective. I don't know what that type of level of whatever it is, discipline or knowledge or connections or whatever. I don't know how to restructure my life from that perspective. I understand, but you have to also keep in mind that whatever perspective you currently have, you did that for that perspective. It is natural for you to move into another vantage point of the same situation that you're dealing with and adopt that perspective and build out from it. So it can feel like I'm leaving a part of myself behind if I take on this other perspective and say that this perspective is going to be the one that I follow now. To summarize all of that, I just want to say it's okay. You can give yourself permission to allow that other perspective to die. It served you. It served its purpose. It helped you get to where you are now. It helped you have the ability to see, oh, this is just one perspective on this situation. And maybe I've adopted this perspective for a little bit too long, but now I'm ready to make a choice. I'm ready to have another perspective. You can be thankful for that perspective and how it served its purpose for you up until now. And it's also okay to move forward and to become something else. Become another version of who you're supposed to be as you walk out your next season, as you go for your next goal, as you sustain the next goal that you reach. You guys, I hope this video has helped you. I hope it explains some of the choices that you think you have or don't have, that you think you're making consciously. Maybe you're not making as in harmony with who you truly are as you think that you are when you were making those decisions. And I hope this video just gives you something to think about, something to mull over as you're debating about what path to take. And if you haven't already, check out my other video that I did on how to make decisions, because this will also help you as you adopt something new. If you need additional help and you want to work with me one-on-one, you can find the link to book me for a private session in the description of this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel, and I will see you guys next week.